Yeah. $80 video games. Finally, the future is now. Because who wouldn't want to spend the price of a full tank of gas on a game that launches half finished and asks for more money 10 minutes in? We promise it's worth it. The graphics are better. The world is bigger. The microtransactions are bolder. We're finally getting that next-gen experience, which apparently means spending more and getting less. Because today, $80 gets you half a game at launch, and the other half trickled out in patches over 6 months. Oh, and by the way, we laid off half the dev team, but don't worry, it's got a battle pass. Meanwhile, I'm staring down an undefeated backlog. A pile of older games that actually work. Games with soul. Games that don't beg for more money before you even hit start. And indie devs, they're out here making actual art for 20 bucks. That's the beauty with the indie games. They just give you everything up front. It's a one-time purchase. There's no trying to string you along. Sometimes there's a DLC, but usually that's an optional. It's not like absolutely required. I need this to have the full experience. So, $80 video games, not a deluxe edition, not a collector's box with some statue of a guy that you'll forget in 2 weeks. Just the base game for $80 American dollars. Back in my day, 60 bucks got you a complete game and a manual thick enough to double as a weapon. Now, $80 gets you a download code, 85 gigs of patches, and a pop-up reminding you to visit the in-game shop. Look, I get it. Game development is brutal. Budgets are massive. The pressure is real. But let's be honest, most $80 games, they're just not it. I know we don't have a lot of $80 games at the moment, but they're coming. They're on the horizon, and I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit worried about this. If I want to play a military shooter, I can boot one up from 2012 or 2019. The name changes, the lighting improves, but the experience, copy, paste, repeat. So no, I'm not going to drop 80 bucks to run through the same corridor with a different gun and the same end credits. Especially now when I have 10 older, better, already paid for games staring me down every time I open my library. And let's be real, not every game is going to survive at that price point. Gamers aren't obligated to buy just because something's new, and we shouldn't be. If a game doesn't bring anything fresh to the table, let it flop. Let the market speak, with our wallets. Just look at Redfall. A full-price co-op shooter from a legendary studio released in a state where even the enemies forgot how to walk straight. It wasn't just buggy, it was empty, boring, soulless, and the worst part, they knew it wasn't ready, but they shipped it anyway. Or Skull and Bones, a game that took 10 years to make, costed hundreds of millions of dollars, and somehow forgot to include fun. They're charging $70 for a live service pirate game with seasonal passes, premium currencies, and nothing to do but sail in circles. Just ocean. So much ocean. When a studio spends a decade making a game and still manages to launch it half finished, that's not innovation. That's, I don't even know what it is. Ridiculous. Super ridiculous. Not a big fan of that personally. Look, I know not every broken or boring launch hits shelves at 80 bucks, but let's be real. If games like Redfall, Skull and Bones, or even Avowed were launching today, they'd absolutely wear the $80 price tag with pride. It's not about what they cost, it's about what they feel like. Overpriced, overpromised, and underwhelming. We used to buy a game and expect it to be finished, now we buy a game and subscribe to its potential. Patches, hotfixes, content updates, it's like we're funding a Kickstarter we didn't sign up for. Meanwhile, the AAA solution, double down on live service everything. Brace yourself. Buying a game used to mean you got a game. Now it means you're buying into a platform, one designed to keep you spending. You open the game, you get hit with the battle pass, rotating shops, daily objectives, login bonuses, premium currencies, all that before you've even touched gameplay. And what used to be content now costs 20 bucks and disappears if you didn't grind enough during Season 4. It's not designed to be fun, it's designed to be unmissable. You're not playing a game, you're participating in a marketing funnel. It's not entertainment, it's engagement farming. And all the while that's happening, the people who actually make the games are getting laid off in record numbers. 2024 and 2025 have been brutal. Volition, gone. Tango Gameworks, gone. Entire teams, writers, artists, testers, gone. Meanwhile, the executives making the decisions, they're cashing out bonuses, still bragging about record quarters. The industry's trapped in a cycle right now. It's giant budgets, unrealistic expectations, and zero accountability. And when it all collapses, it's the creatives who pay the price. The problem isn't just what the game costs, it's how they're made. Most AAA games today don't start with an idea, they start with a checklist. Open world? Add it. Crafting? Add it. Battle Pass? Duh. Whether it fits or not doesn't matter. It's about following trends, not making something timeless. It's like every design meeting is run by a guy who hasn't played a game since 2009 and only cares about the stock prices. And what we end up with are these Frankenstein games, stitched together from whatever's hot, bloated, half-baked systems, and yet they forget the only part that matters, the part that makes you want to come back. At some point, making great games stopped being the goal, and keeping players hooked became the business model. It's not about passion, it's about retention. Not about ideas, it's about analytics. Games aren't being built to be loved, they're being engineered to be addictive. Every system is a funnel, every UI is a storefront, every design choice is about how long they can keep you grinding. Developers used to ask, what would be fun? Now it's, what increases engagement over 90 days? And the worst part? We can feel it, but we've gotten so used to it, we're calling it normal. Here's where things actually get exciting. While AAA speedruns disappointment, indie teams are dropping magic with no shop tabs and just pure vision. Expedition 33 looks wild, stylish, innovative, and actually trying something new. And it's not alone. Hades, Vampire Survivors, Hollow Knight, Cult of the Lamb, Slay the Spire, Stardew Valley, Dead Cells, all made by small teams, and all absolute bangers. They're not begging for your wallet, they're earning your time, and honestly, some of the best gaming moments I've had lately didn't come from a brand new release, they came from games I already owned. You want to know what actually works? Waiting. Don't rage, don't post essays, just don't buy. Because when those $80 games sit on shelves, publishers panic. They've poured hundreds of millions into these projects, and if they don't sell fast, they stink. That's the move. Wait it out. Let the patches drop, let the prices fall, pick it up later for $40, fully patched, with none of the launch day regrets. It's not protest, it's patience, with perks. Let them burn their marketing budget trying to convince you it's the next big thing. You've got the power and the backlog to wait for the truth. At the end of the day, I still love games. I just don't love being treated like an open wallet. I don't need overpriced promises. I don't need another game built in a boardroom. I need something that actually feels worth playing. And that's the thing. These games still exist. Sometimes they're hiding in your library. Sometimes they're made by 5 people in a garage. So don't let price tags and launch trailers fool you into thinking new means better. Play what you love, support what feels handcrafted, not calculated. Because in a world full of $80 games that feel like homework, the best game is often the one you already own. Well, except for maybe one. You know the one. The game that's gonna crash the internet, break every record, still run on a 5-year-old toaster. If any game gets to charge $80 and probably deserves it, it's gotta be that one.